Hey, Shalom. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pick back up. Um, on Malachi here. Oh, man. Okay, so I had an interruption from a call, of course. So, but anyways, y'all ain't gonna believe. I already knew this, but now I'm looking at it again. Zechariah 11. Oh my! I gotta get to that after Malachi. I just know it because this is crazy. The good and evil shepherds, like, it's so manipulative. But like, if your eyes are open, you can see right through it. But if you're in idolatry, Yahweh's not gonna let you see it. So you're not gonna see what I'm trying to show you. But anyways, okay, hold on. I think I did. Let's see. Okay, this is where I stopped. Okay, so Yahweh's saying that he wishes these prophets would close the temple doors because they're offering, defiled sacrifices. He's not going to accept, they're not pleasing to him. He's not going to accept your offerings. But my name is honored by people of other nations from morning till night. See, other nations are honoring Yahweh by the second temple. You know what I'm saying? They think the land is over there. So all around the world, they offer sweet incense and pure offerings in honor of my name, for my name is great among the nations, says Yahweh. But you dishonor my name with your actions, these priests, by bringing contemptible food. You are saying, oh yeah, I forgot. I did go over here. I wanted to go back to something because I did check it out, and that's why it led me to Zechariah. Okay, yes. Hold on. Where was it at? And oh yeah, I wanted to add right there on verse 4 about Esau and the descendants and how the land of wickedness, that's what the land is going to be called. You know what I'm saying? Over there in the Middle East, because Isaiah 34, it's coming down on Edom. You know what I'm saying? For the controversy of Zion, which is over there in the Middle East. But he talks about, after he destroys the host of heaven, their idols, it's going to come down on Edom, the land, for the controversy of Zion. Okay, when you see the destruction, hold on, truly. No, I was wanting to get, because remember, he was talking to him. Okay, right here, on worthy sacrifices, right here. Okay, so how have we ever shown contempt for your name? You've shown contempt by offering defiled sacrifices on my altar. See, remember what I'm saying? Everything that Yasharal is doing now, their ancestors already done it. That's why Yasharal really needs to be studying every word in Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Malachi. I mean, that's the ones I'm rock and roll. I think, I ain't even mention the other books because they're not major to me. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I'm not going to lead you to something that's possibly could be false. And I have my thoughts on stuff, but I'm not going to teach that, hey, this is true, because I'm not 100%. So, okay, so you have shown contempt by offering defiled sacrifices on my altar. Then you ask, how have we defiled the sacrifices? You defile them by saying the altar of Yahweh deserves no respect when you give blind animals as sacrifices. Isn't that wrong? And isn't it wrong to offer animals that are crippled and diseased? Right? So we got to think about the god Tammuz right here, okay? Because Yahweh exposes him in Ezekiel 8. This is who they were worshiping. They had their backs to Yahweh's house. They were facing the east, bowing down, worshiping the sun. Where Daniel has you praying to. The Mount of Olives is Greece, bro. Y'all are praying to Greece over there. And their sun god and their luminaries, bro. Y'all better get out of that stuff. Mount of Olives. Y'all want to go to the Mount of Olives instead of Mount Zion. Y'all are going to be tested. And most of y'all are going to... That's why I only written it. But when you bring that kind of offering, okay, so right here, we're going to look at this. And when you present the blind as the slaughtering, and is it not evil? And when you present the lame and sick, so the diseased, lame and sick, animal, lame or sick animal. Okay, so let me go right here. So, oh gosh, where's it at? So I went to Zechariah. I'm going to just talk this because I got it open right here. So, go ahead and play the words. Hold on. Okay, right here. So, when I read that about, the blind sacrifices and defiled disease, you know what I'm saying? So, this is where I went to. So, Zechariah 11. And Zechariah is another book that's actually telling you the truth of what's going to happen to you, but you're too blind to see. And they're trying to tell you that, it was done warn you, but you're still not trying to see. So, not only is Yahweh warning y'all, you're being warned in the false prophet book. So, he's really trying hard to help y'all come out of Babylon, but y'all ain't having it, man. Y'all love these idols. The gods of Egypt, whom he destroyed. He destroyed Egypt. He destroyed Babylon. What sorrow waits? So, Ezekiel 11, I'm going to make a different post on this because I really need to read. I've been wanting to get to this already, and I've got this on the back burner. Zechariah 11 through 14. But anyways, I'm going to just... You really need to go read it. 11 right now because... Okay, I'm going to just try to get to a video when I can. But anyways, when I'm talking about this sacrifice, unworthy sacrifice, this is what Yahweh is really talking about. What sorrow awaits this worthless shepherd who abandons the flock? The sword will cut his arm and pierce his right eye. His arm will become useless and his right eye completely blind. This is the unworthy sacrifice right here. This is Tammuz. Hold on. So, it says, the sword will cut his arm and pierce his right eye. So, there's something about the story of Tammuz, like, where he was gored by, a pig. A pig. Imagine that. So it pierced his right eye, too, right? So, oh my, this just put something together. Where did I read this? Because I just read something about where they were... Oh, see, that's where it's really hard because as much as I'm in the false prophets to discern exactly where I'm remembering to read all this extra stuff, it's in the false prophets. I can't quite remember where all I'm seeing that from. But, oh, Cynthia, don't lose it. See, I will lose it. Oh, gosh. I do that. I do it sometimes and then I'll lose it. I lost it. Oh, gosh. I'm going to have to watch this again because I got to get back to it. Oh, that kills me. That killed me. I do that. Sometimes, man. I can't stand it when I do that. But I did it. It's gone. So, anyway,
the Lord of Heaven's armies says to the priests,
it's too hard to serve.
A son honors his
you
father,
dishonor my name
and
with
a
your
servant
actions
respects
by bringing
his master.
contemptible food. You are saying it's all
If
right
I
to
am your
defile
father
Yahweh's
and
temple.
master,
You say it's too hard to
where are
serve
the
Yahweh.
honor and respect I deserve? You have shown...
Oh, okay, hold on. It's too hard to serve Yahweh. The plaything started playing. And you turn up your noses at the command, says Yahweh. Think of it. Animals that are stolen and crippled or sick are being presented as offerings. Should I accept from you such offerings as these? Come on, Cynthia. And you brought in plunder and the lame and the sick. And you said, oh, what weariness, and you sneered at it. Said Yahweh, and you brought in plunder and the lame and the sick that you have brought in the offering. Cursed is the cheat who promises to give a fine ram from his flock, but then sacrifices a defective one to Yahweh. For I am a great king, says Yahweh, and my name is feared among the nations. Cursed is thee, but cursed be the deceiver who has a male in his flock. Bam! You know why he's saying that? I'm glad I checked this. It makes a vow, but is slaughtering to Yahuwah what is blemished. For I am Yahuwah. My name is feared among the nations. Now, I want to make sure I'm saying this right, but so sin offering required a female lamb at Passover. Am I mistaken? I gotta look this up. What did I just say? So, is the lamb, I don't know, where does it say the lamb at Passover? I know where it's at. It's Ezekiel 12. I don't know why, but I don't want to read it. So, and plus I'm trying to get to something else. So that's why I'm doing it. What? What did it say? Where does it say? Where? Oh, it does. Okay, don't want to do. Where does it say the lamb at Passover has to be female? Lamb or goat. That's Exodus 25, but let's see what it says here, because then I'm going to think about something. Well, okay, so he must bring his guilt offering. Okay, so that's for the sin he has committed, a female lamb or a goat from the flock. Okay, so that's what I was thinking. It wasn't technically going to. Hold on. So was it? Dang, I might just have to go to there. It must be a 1 year old, and it may be either a goat or a sheep. So I don't think it technically says male or female, but I know something does, because that's what I was getting to right here. So role of a female lamb goat. I was just thinking about something else. If any one of the common people sins unintentionally, and shall bring a female goat without blemish for his sin. No. Okay, so if any member of the community sins unintentionally and does what is forbidden in any of Yahweh's commands, when they realize their guilt and the sin they have committed becomes known, they must bring as their offering for the sin that they committed a female goat. See, Passover wasn't even, I know it's, see, that right there, I know it doesn't say nothing about that in Passover, because Passover didn't have nothing to do with the sin offering. Passover does not have nothing to do with the sin offering, right? But JC makes you think that, right? Let me tell you this, Isaiah 53, when true peace comes, it will happen on Passover. So that's the whole manipulation of JC being the lamb at Passover, which is a lie. He destroyed the gods of Egypt. The lamb, all that destroyed the gods of the Egypt. And he brought down Babylon after the fact, Yeah, a lot of people are just missing a lot of stuff in his word, and they don't even care. They don't even care. So, curses he cheats, right? Curses is the cheat who promises to give a fine ram from his flock, but then sacrifices a defective one on. You know what? Yeah, I was trying to. That's why I got to really go back and take notes on something that I've come across this one girl teaching. And she's teaching it all from Google. So, it's definitely not the truth. We know, but it's teaching the lies. And I need to learn the lies too, so I can see furthermore. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, I know lots going on in this wilderness, and that's what I'm trying to get the whole full story right there of being in the wilderness and what's going to happen from from tribulation till we get into the wilderness, if I make it, as a stranger. So, come on. Okay, a warning to the priests. Listen, you priests, this command is for you. Listen to me and make your minds to honor my name, says Yahweh, or I will bring a terrible curse against you, which he did. I will curse even the blessings, Baraka, you receive. Indeed, I have already cursed them, right? Because you have not taken my warning to heart. I will punish your descendants and splatter your faces with the manure from your festival sacrifices. So what did he just say about these defiled sacrifices? So he's telling us they're on their festival sacrifices. Tammuz is JC. What JC proclaims he is and what he did is the same thing that this god Tammuz, the god of Egypt. Like, bro, they have many names, these idols, right? There's so many names, but who it ultimately is the moon and the sun. The sun and the moon has rule for the day and night. And Yahweh put his people into their hands. He said, you're not going to worship me. You're going to worship them. And he says, Deuteronomy 13, the prophet, you know, if a dreamer, false prophet dreaming a dream rises up amongst you and tries to lead you to serving another mighty one, you know that Yah was trying to test you to see whether you love him or not. So that prophet, you know, if we read Jeremiah 23 and just, you know, Ezekiel 13, all kind of places where he's exposing these false prophets. I mean, there are so many. And then how he took them away. And that's another thing, Isaiah 3, many people just don't want to hear that at all. So let me get moving. I hate dragging this out like this. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so he says, I will curse even the Barak you receive. Indeed, I have already cursed him because you have not taken my warning to heart. I will punish your descendants, okay, and throw you on the manure pile. Then, at last, you will know it was I who sent you this warning, that my covenant with the Levites can continue, says Yahweh. Right? You know why he's saying that? I know why he's saying that. Because JC, if you believe in JC, if you believe in JC died for your sins, you're saying that JC is the lamb that was sacrificed at Passover, and that the sacrificial lamb order that was established forever, but is on pause right now due to the curses, which will resume. You're saying that JC is the last sacrificial lamb, and that's it. There's not going to be no more priest. He is the high priest. He's all of this. He's everything, according to y'all in your books. But, and then there's some of y'all that say, oh, no, we don't think this, but we know it's going to be picked back up because we see in his, where does he say that again? Isaiah and, I think Ezekiel, where he's going to restore the Levites, or actually Zadok, he says specifically in Ezekiel. And so, yeah, they're just both deceived. So, okay, listen to this. See, Yahweh is telling the truth there, bro. But it's a false prophet. It's crazy. They haven't started working their delusion yet. See, all truth is hitting us up until this point. The purpose of my covenant with the Levites was to bring life and peace. So when he established the Levites again, which has never happened yet, but JC said it has, because he's the last sacrificial high priest, everything. He's God, he's Savior, he's Redeemer, he's got so many jobs, more than anybody I've ever met, man. So many titles. But it's all a lie. So the Levites was to bring life and peace. And what is what I gave them? This required reverence, fear from them, that they greatly revered me and stood in awe of my name. They passed on to the people the truth of the instructions, the Torah they received from me. They did not lie or cheat. They walked with me, living good and righteous lives, and they turned many from their lives of sin. The words of a priest's lips should preserve knowledge of Yahweh, and people should go to him for instruction. For the priest is the messenger of Yahweh, but you priests have left Yahweh's path. Your instructions have caused many to stumble into sin. You have corrupted the covenant I made with the Levites, says Yahweh. So I have made you despised and humiliated in the eyes of all the people. For you have not obeyed me, but have shown favoritism in the way you carry out my instructions. Okay. I almost had something to say, but boy, I lost it. It's all right. Eventually it'll come back. I try not to beat myself up when I lose stuff, because it really bothers me. That's why I always try to write everything down, because in a split second I can lose it. Like, it's gone. But I just try not to beat myself up over it. I know if it's really important that y'all will bring it back to me. And plus, every day, I ask Yahweh to lead me. What do you want me to do today? Not me. What do you want me to do? Where do you want me? So I get up. I praise him first. I got to get, amped up. I'm praising Yahweh all the time. Not only am I running my mouth online all the time, like, I have some close neighbors. Like, bro, they hear me jamming out over here praising Yahweh all the time. Like, I know they think I'm crazy, but they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Too much, but there's, you know what I'm saying? But I've also helped them. Everybody has a choice to make. So they know theirs. I don't, and I'm going to tell you what, I've lost my entire family. My mom actually passed away, but the rest I've lost. And my family, since I come into this walk 6 years ago, from my first marriage that I had to leave from, because he hated it. He hated everything I was changing. He didn't want me to change. Started changing JC's name. I come out of the church, and we were keeping the Sabbath at home. All of us, we stopped celebrating holidays and birthdays, and just more tension and anger built up. And, I knew he had to go. It was hard for me to, finally venture off by myself, because I got used to being with whoever I was with. I wasn't used to being alone. But, so, all that was meant to be. And then I hit rock bottom, and that's when I really found Yahweh. I stumbled really bad at first, and I was starting to turn backwards because of all the pain that I was going through. But I had to make a decision. I was like, I'm not living this life. It's not the life I'm choosing. I knew more so that Yahweh was trying to teach me, and I just know I wanted to learn everything that I could about him. So he is the one that has taught me. It's not nothing anybody else has done. It's not nothing I've done. Like, I had to cry and beg for it, because it was really hard. It's really hard. And it's overwhelming, especially when you're starting from the beginning. But he can bring somebody up to par so quick. I've heard so many people, I can't stand this when they say this. They're like, oh, yeah, I've been awake for this long. And they're like, oh, yeah. And that's why they get upset, because if you know something more than and they know that they've been awake longer than you, then they don't like that. But, I've heard them say that, and then I'm like, and then I see the level of the threat, and I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. You can read scriptures all your life till you die, but unless Yahweh's got your eyes open, you're not going to see the truth. And that's facts. That's why these idolaters can't see even the lies and the crimes that are being exposed to them before they're put to death, if they're telling them to, so they'll stop. You know what I'm saying? They're still not going to see it. Their hearts are far from him. And I'm telling you, they all out here saying how much they love him, because they come out of the New Testament. They think they're free from idolatry because they come out of the New Testament. And it's not true, y'all. It's really, really scary to look and see how many people are still in idolatry, especially at the time we're at right now, because we're here. We're here. And I'm going to tell you, I don't care who thinks I'm crazy. I see too much. I read too much. Everything. I study too much. Everything. I can't see it going into next year, man. It's here. And y'all pretty much got, I'm thinking, because bread of adversity and water of affliction is coming. And Yahweh definitely says the water's not going to overflow us and the fire's not going to burn us. So that right there we know that something bad's coming. And he tells us, he warns us about the oppressor, what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But he says, don't fear them because they're going to be gone. You're going to look for them, they're going to be gone. You're going to be like, where'd they go? They're gone. And then there Yahweh is to save his remnant. But, for Yasharal, the big showdown is going off in the wilderness. And a lot of them are already claiming they're chosen. And I'm going to tell you, all the ones that are claiming that, they're still in idolatry. So this is why he says they're going to be shocked with fear. And Job says when they're looking up and they're shocked with fear, they're going to flee from the sword. That's Yahweh's sword. They're going to flee. And this is them probably fleeing into the mountain right there. And this was how it's lining up. That's why I got to see the whole picture of what's going on in the wilderness, because I know Yahweh was trying to show it. Okay, so let's pick up this thing. Come on, are we not all children? Okay. Shown favoritism. Okay, the priest. A call to, I'm not saying that word. I don't like that word. That's the name of God. See, that's another thing I was thinking earlier. The New Testament says, works without faith is dead. So your works is dead if you don't have faith. Please forgive me. Yeah, well, I got to say it this time. But yeah, this chick is a she. She's a she. And she's probably a part of the ones that carried this chick named Wickedness in a box to the land of Babylonian to be set up in worship. I mean, grace is another one. Faith, mercy. There's so many hidden angels' names that y'all, not angels, but I don't like calling them that. That's what Christians call them. But cherubim that y'all are calling on. All in the book of Enoch. You're not supposed to know their names. You're not supposed to say their names. Yahweh said, Deuteronomy 29:29, he has no secrets. No, and Jeremiah 33, where it talks about when he's saying, come to me and I'll show you things that, what does it say? Something that's unknown or whatever. And in that chapter, people don't realize what he's talking about. He's telling them that there ain't no second temple prophesied, but they don't want to hear that. They think that Yahweh's got secrets because they love him. Because where the secrets are found or where the idols are found. And they love their idols. They have abandoned Yahweh for idols. But they think they're safe. They're not. They're not. It's going to be, they're all going to turn on each other in the wilderness. Like, they're going to kill one. So everybody they're like, we're this brotherly love. And, we're brotherly love. Y'all going to be in the wilderness. But y'all ain't going to be brotherly and sisterly loving it then. Because y'all all going to put each other to death. Gog and Magog's going to get you. Your neighbors that you think is your best friends is going to get you. The ones that are actually trying to help you, that is your true sister, is me. But because of my skin color and the books that I expose, y'all hate me. So, but this is what it's expected, because this is exactly what happened to Jeremiah and all of his prophets. Like, when you speak Yahweh's word to his people, he tells us how disobedient they are. And I'm living life, witnessing it firsthand for myself every day. It's just depressing. Because I want to see somebody standing up, reaping for Yahweh, standing on his truth. But I don't see it. There's a lot of people in this world. But I've come across a lot of people. A lot. and talk to them and all this and have trouble with scripture. If they come to me, will I go to them or anything? I've come across a lot of people, and everybody has rejected Yahweh's truth. They reject it, and they choose to spread lies in His name instead and serve these idols. So, okay, so are we not all children of the same Father? Are we not all created by the same God? Then why do we betray each other, violating the covenant of our ancestors? Are we not all children of the same Father? Are we not all created by the same God? Yes. Then why do we betray each other, violating the covenant of our ancestors? I'm hoping this gets into where it talks about the strangers. Because I don't remember what false prophet book it was, but he's telling them about how you've oppressed the stranger. I know it's in Enoch, but I think it's in Jubilees too, because I hit that the other day. But I'm not sure on that. But I definitely know it's in Enoch, and I'm coming for Enoch. I'm going to fully expose how these idolaters, how I've seen them act towards me. It makes me feel better to actually read these words, because I couldn't put into words what all was being done to me just because I'm simply trying to help His people. You know what I'm saying? I learned who Yasharal was and everybody around, and I started claiming it right off the bat. And I started losing a lot of friends over that. The further I come into this truth, the less and less I liked. It went from being liked a lot to less, to less, to less, to less, to less, to now it's nothing, which I don't care. I'm not in it to be liked. I know what I do, what it's going to bring. But I'm still going to do as I'm commanded. I'm doing what I am commanded. That Yasharal is commanded to do, but they're not doing. I'm doing what I'm commanded. His word is for me. I have the bloodline. I have the blood type. Okay? Can't nobody say anything about me no more. I've took that stuff for over 4 years now. And a lot of these people have really gotten to me. And I've been done this way for so long that it doesn't even bother me anymore. It still does. I'm not going to lie. It still does. Because they don't realize that I'm broken in my life. Everybody thinks that I'm strong because I know the scripts. No, I'm so broken that all I do is scripture, because this is the only thing that gives me peace. My family's gone. Everything's gone. I don't join and participate in Babylon whatsoever. I sit in this building and day in and day out doing exactly what I do, the same thing. And I've been doing the same thing for 6 years straight. And I'm not going to stop. I can't stop. I couldn't even stop if I wanted, just like He told Jeremiah. Like, if I was to shut up, because He was like, everything I say, I shout out destruction. You know what I'm saying? And people, He's being hated and mocked and all this. You know what I'm saying? And then He was like, I forgot where I was going, y'all. Shoot. But anyways, it probably means shut up and get back to what's important. But that was important. It's all right. I'll fill in the blanks, because I'm going to try to watch this video again. Sometimes I don't, but I'm going to try to watch this and try to correct some errors where I left out. So, okay, so Judah has been unfaithful. A detestable thing has been done in Yasharal and Jerusalem. The men of Judah have defiled Yahweh's beloved sanctuary by marrying women who worship idols. So, a lot of people think Yasharal is supposed to mingle with outside their, you know what I'm saying? When Yahweh says, don't mingle with these nations that'll lead you to other gods, He's not talking about the strangers, because I'm a stranger, I would never do that. And Yahweh just showed me this week that I got the same blood. If I don't have the same blood as Yasharal, I have the same blood as these strangers that were come out of Egypt with Yasharal, the 12 tribes. That's how I think it is. And then they come in the land and they got scattered with them too. So my descendants, my lineage on my father's side is coming from these strangers. It has to be, because that's the only thing that makes sense now. My blood type hasn't made sense to me in 27 years. I've been wondering since I was 16. I had my first child. They told me I was Rh negative, and I had to have this shot. Blah 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 blah. I've learned then, and I thought it was strange. I was like, wow. So through the years, it was here, there. It'd always be brought up, and then bam. Right here at the end, especially since I've been hated on and bullied, saying I don't belong, that, Yasharal ain't even supposed to do that. Isaiah 56. You're not supposed to let the one that has joined themselves to Yahuwah say I can never be a part of his people. Y'all aren't supposed to say that. And then y'all try to make it look like it's bad, like they're going to be y'all's slaves and stuff. No. See, a lot of people don't separate that verse in Isaiah 14 because it says that, how the strangers will cleave to Yasharal, and it says, and then they will take them captives, of those who oppress them, and they will rule over their enemies. The strangers are not Yasharal's enemies. The strangers are not against Yasharal. The strangers are not Esau. People that have the same skin color, like I'm so-called white, okay? Those people over there in the Middle East, they're so-called white, these Ashkenazis. Bro, I'm not them. They're not me. And y'all should understand this, because y'all don't like being done that way. Y'all don't like being treated that way. Y'all don't like to be classified with something that you're not. And that's how I've been done. But I know where it's coming from. It's all coming from false prophet books. They are causing y'all to do it. And that's why I got to get to Zechariah. Because Zechariah is where the anger feels for the nations. It's where it's sparked at. And I'm coming for Zechariah. So, okay, so Judah has been unfaithful, and a detestable thing has been done in Yasharal and in Jerusalem. The men of Judah have defiled Yahuwah's beloved sanctuary by marrying women who worship idols. Because where it says in 2 Kings, I was just reading that the other night, 23. And I said, here's y'all's valley of slaughter. They were setting up idols and worshiping them. Dang, Solomon was in the east, in this valley. The same one that y'all are in with this JC, the Mount of Olives, this 70-year captivity lie, Greece, the Mount of Olives. It's all a myth. Y'all better wake up, man. Whoever wants to live, y'all better listen to Yahuwah, I'm telling you. Because if you don't, go ahead and be put to death then. Go ahead and go through starvation. You're going to be in prison. They already got FEMA camps already set up. See, this all stuff is going down in America. Why? Because the true promised land is here. And then those that didn't see Yahweh's glory, Isaiah 66, and once he performs that sign among the nations that see it, not everybody's going to see it, but the ones that does see it, which is going to be in the wilderness, and I'll show Gog and Magog, when Isaiah 53 and Miykah 5, everything's coming to pass at once. Bam, 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 bam. It's going to be bam. It's going to wrap up fairly quickly. It happened, I never finished. Yahweh's going to bring bread of adversity and water of affliction. And we got this oppressive stuff that these elites are doing, right? So we're about to get slammed. So we know that Yahweh's going to refine us and melt his people down for the blasphemy. He has to. But he's going to do it with, in judgment. Fair. So, and then, so that's when they're going to be in the land of captivity. I don't know why I keep losing my brain of thoughts so much today. I don't usually do it like this. It's because I'm just running off. Okay, let's see. May Yahuwah cut off from the nation of Yasharal every last man who has done this and yet brings an offering to Yahuwah. So you're marrying women who worship idols. Okay, I'm going to just go past that. Here's another thing you do. You cover Yahuwah's altar with tears. Ooh, weeping and groaning because he pays no attention to your offerings and don't accept them with pleasure. Wow, I missed this earlier. What does Ezekiel 8 say? The women were crying over Tammuz, and the men had their backs against the house of Yahweh, facing the east, worshiping the sun. The sun is Tammuz. Tammuz is JC, black or white. You cry out, why doesn't he accept my worship? I'll tell you why, because Yahweh witnessed the vows you and your wife made when you were young. But you have been unfaithful to her, though she remained your faithful partner, the wife of your marriage vows. So I know he's talking about the Queen of Heaven here. Hold on, let me see. Didn't Yahweh make you one with your wife, in body and in spirit you are his? And what does he want? Godly children from your union? So guard your heart and remain loyal to the wife of your youth. For I hate divorce, says Yahweh, the God of Yasharal. To divorce your wife, it is to overwhelm her with cruelty, says Yahweh. So guard your heart. Do not be unfaithful to your wife. See, this is where the deceptiveness turns. This is a call to faithfulness. This leads you. Didn't I just go over what that I don't like that name and why? Okay, so this is where. So he went up here and said. So he told us the warning to the priest. So he warned us, right? In first Malachi 1, Malachi 2. We know what was going on, right? So we remember everything we just read, right? So here we go. Cut off the nation of Israel, every last man who has done this, and yet bring an offering to Yahweh. Defile the beloved sanctuary by marrying women who worship idols. See, I think it's a translation. Yehuda has acted treacherously, and abomination has been done in Yasharal and in Jerusalem. For Yehuda has profaned what is set apart to Yahweh, which he had loved, and has married the daughter of a foreign mighty one. Yeah. And all these books of wisdom that has y'all worshiping all kind of gods or mighty ones. Solomon was already doing it. Y'all think he's a good example to follow by? Not good. They've dealt just profane the holiest, which he has loved, and had married the daughter of a strange god. Okay, so here's another thing. Here's another thing you do. You cover Yahweh's altar with tears and weeping and groaning because he pays no attention. Okay, I read that. Boom. You have wearied Yahweh with your words. How have we wearied you? As you have wearied him by saying that all who do evil are good in Yahweh's sight, and he is pleased with them. You have wearied him by asking, where is the God of justice? See, y'all are asking, come on, Yahweh, destroy your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the anger is against the nations. Yahweh's already redeemed our ancestors. He brought us back to the land. We're not under the curses anymore, but we are. But we're not going to put it together. And so, yeah. Wow, y'all, come on. So you have wearied him by saying that all who do evil, y'all are saying that all who do evil, which is the second temple, these priests and prophets that he took away. So all who do evil are good. See, these priests that are in Malachi, y'all are saying these are good priests. You're saying they are, but they're not. What does he say? You have wearied him by saying that all who do evil are good in Yahweh's sight, and he is pleased with them. He is not pleased with the priests. Remember how he just told you he wasn't pleased? And didn't I how it flipped? The deception when I said it started to come in? And then look what he says. He's telling the truth again. These books are wild. And they're all doing it like this, bro. It's like tripping me out. Because they still can't see the truth. I can see the truth in Yahweh's word. And I can see the truth in these false prophet books. And the deception. They can't see neither one. And Isaiah 29, he tells you exactly why. They're blind. They're stupid. They're drunk in idolatry. That's why he's closed their eyes. And prophets and seers, they can't see through them. And he says, to them is like a book that is sealed. The only books that are sealed are these second temple books, the books of wisdom. These secret, sealed, mystery, forbidden knowledge books. Okay, so the messenger of the covenant whom you look for. Oh, woo-wee. This is what I was wanting to get to. Did I read the last? I did, didn't I? So, all y'all are waiting for Elijah, right? Y'all think these priests are good. So, hold up. Are these the two witnesses that y'all are playing out, like, coming? So, this one, and so, y'all are waking. I know who y'all are. So, the ones that are in idolatry, not in the New Testament, y'all say the two witnesses that are standing up, wow, thank you, Yahweh, for this, is Elijah. And I hate that name because, Yahweh, please forgive me for saying these names. But the M word, Miykah, see, y'all think the archangel, y'all think these two are about to stand up. They're dead. And y'all praying to Yahweh to bring them. So y'all calling on the dead. So y'all are in trouble. So the only ones what Yahweh says to expect. He names out all the servants that he's going to use in the end days. And he calls, he says David's going to be a servant. David's righteous descendants that he's going to have. He talks about Koresh being his servant, though he doesn't know him. To use him, to make the nations know that there's only Yahweh and no other. Everybody's going to know from the least to the greatest. Mitzrayim, all these other nations, Cush, are going to come bowing down to him and saying, truly, Elohim is in you and there is no other God. And yes, we will worship. And, those are going to be his prisoners. He's going to give them the treasures of darkness. And I'm sure the treasures of darkness is all his. No, I ain't going to say that. Or I'm going to be quiet right there on that. I'm going to just leave it at that. So, look, I am sending my messenger, and he will prepare the way before me. This is y'all's delusion. Then Yahweh, I didn't finish. So, David, Yasharal is going to be their a servant too, and the stranger. There's many servants being raised up in these end times. And all the ones I listed are ones, but these are the false ones. So, I'm sending my messenger, and he will prepare the way before me. Then Yahweh you are seeking will suddenly come to his temple. The third temple, y'all are thinking. The messenger of the covenant, whom you look for so eagerly, is surely coming. Yeah, right. Says the Lord, because Yahweh ain't saying this. But who will be able to endure it when he comes? See, the true messenger is going to be the one that's going to be in Yahweh's house, the one that JC's trying to get y'all not to go to. That's actually in the secret chambers, it says, Matthew 24, not to go through. And you know how it says, flee to the mountains in Zechariah, and where else? New Testament, Matthew 24. I'm saying so much, I can't even remember what all I'm saying. That's how I've been getting lately, because I'm just so overwhelmed with everything. Like, it's so hard to, like I'm telling y'all, I've never been this overwhelmed. I've never, when I had to go put Jeremiah 50 and 51 into words, I was going to try. I couldn't do it. And I was studying for a couple of days, and I thought, I just need to do a video, because it's just too much being said, too much that needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And since I'm all over the place, I'm going all over the place with these false books. And because he's showing me things in them. I'm actually learning them through my enemies, because I'm watching what they're teaching. This is what they think is true prophecy. So I know true prophecy, and then I'm reading theirs, and then I'm like, okay, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's where my eyes are opening fully to these false books, because, and it's showing what's going on in the wilderness, what's really going on. Okay, so, then Yahweh you are seeking was selling. Okay, the messenger of the covenant whom you are looking for so eagerly surely to come. So, but who will be able to endure it when he comes? Who will be able to stand and face him when he appears? For he will be like a blazing fire that refines metal, or like strong soap that bleaches cloth. He will sit like a refiner of silver, burning away the dross. He will purify the Levites, refining them like gold and silver, so that they may once again offer acceptable sacrifices. Then once more Yahweh will accept offerings brought to him by the people of Judah and Jerusalem, as he did in the past. At that time I will put you on trial, and I am eager to witness against all sorcerers and adulterers and liars. I will speak against those who cheat. No, you ain't saying that. And I shall draw near to you for right ruling, and I shall be a swift witness against the practitioners of witchcraft, and against adulterers, and against them that swear to falsehood. These second temple adulterers, bro. I've been telling y'all. And he's actually talking about the one. See, he's trying to tell these adulterers, they're reading Malachi. They think those are good priests. See, he's trying to still tell them. And they still can't see it. Oh, is that where it's just something about the stranger? Yeah. Oh, yes. So he's telling y'all what your crime is. Here you go. That you're going to be put to death for. Because y'all are. Y'all saying y'all are Yah only because you come out of the New Testament, but you're lying. You're in Zechariah, you're in Daniel, you're in Jubilees, you're in all these Second Temple books and books of wisdom, Proverbs, Psalms, you're all that. So this is really for y'all. Because y'all are the adulterers. But y'all say, no. We're Yah only. We are Yah only. No, you're not. You think you are. But you're really not. That's the delusion. And against them, okay, so he's against, okay, so let me go ahead and start again on this. Let me do this one. Yeah, right here. KJV. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift. See, when he says he's talking about he's going to purify the Levites and all that shit, like with fire and refining furnace and all that stuff, he's really talking about those that think there are priests. If you think there's priests right now, and you think you're going to be a priest, because Yahweh says people are going to be priests of Yahweh, then he's talking about you. You're going to be put to death. And let me go ahead and pick up. This is what he's saying. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against the false swearers, and against those that oppress the hirelings in his wage, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger. Listen, from his right. And fear not me, saith Yahweh. So hey, next time, one of y'all adulterers want to look at me like it's not my right, I'm going to direct you right here. If you say it's not my right, his word is not my right, he's proved to me. I've been letting it slide. I've been trying to prove myself. But he has proven myself to me. And I'm not standing on any of y'all's stuff no more. Because I deserve the right of knowing his truth and knowing him. And the opportunity that I have salvation too. That he never broke the covenant with the nations, like Zechariah says so. Y'all listen to that false prophet, and y'all think, oh man, y'all are in trouble. Y'all are in trouble. Y'all should know better. As many times he says don't vex a stranger, y'all should know better by now. He guards Yasharal and he guards the stranger. Period. Okay, so turn away, turn aside, turn away these strangers. And against those who brush aside the foreigner and do not revere me. See, y'all not fearing Yahweh. Y'all are saying, oh, Mr. Real Talk, I hope you're listening. Because Yahweh's got something for you. See, you're probably the worst that I've ever heard somebody say to me. And it really hit me when I realized, I was like I'm I'm getting enemies that I didn't really know. Like, there's people that actually are out here trying to pray to Yahweh to put me to death. Y'all think this is a joke. This is not a joke. I have been done so many types of ways by so many different people like I've come across. Like, it's crazy. I don't think nobody could actually go through the things that I've gone through. I mean, that's why I've got to go. That's why I'm begging Yahweh, because I can't. My mind, especially with all this overwhelming of information, y'all, and going in these false books, like, as manipulative as these books are, and it twists your mind. Like, that's why it's probably best for me just not to go to them. No, because I gotta expose them. So I'm just gonna try to let Yahweh lead me, because they're really getting to me. Like, I think we're really here toward the end, because I mean, I feel like I can't even get up out of the bed anymore and go every day. I don't even want to go out. I don't want to even leave my house. I mean, I don't even care about nothing except this. That's it. Like, this is it. Every day, all day. With nobody wanting to even hear it. Majority of the time. Okay, so let's see. See, like, I ain't even ate today. I don't eat. Sometimes, I mean, I don't even eat no more, hardly. Sometimes sometimes I'm getting to where I forget to eat. Like, I don't even know the last time I ate. And I'm going to tell you, something has really changed, because I used to buy fruits and stuff all the time, and I go down on fruits. Grapefruits, apples, nuts, all kind of stuff, right? I've been getting stuff. I've been getting food from the stores, and I'm not even. They're going bad because I'm not eating them, or I'm giving them to my neighbors, because I'm just. And I'm even telling myself I need to quit buying food like that, because all of it's going to waste. I've been doing this for like a month straight. I'm down to probably 120 pounds by now. So, and I don't even know when the last time I was 120. When I was young. So, I mean, like, I'm definitely moving different. And it's getting harder for me. That's why I know that I feel like last year, I was devastated to go into another year. I thought, oh, this year is going to kill me. And it did, especially I just lost my mom, too. And then in August, I lost my children. I ain't seen my children in 7 months. I got to go. My children have abandoned me over this. And all I was, you know what I'm saying? I respected them. Some things happened. And then I did kind of mess up. I said some things. I said something I shouldn't have said, because I seen something that but I'm sorry for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got to understand, like, how I could have this kind of reaction because of what I've seen. And it's just a long story. But they've abandoned me. My oldest told me, he said, if this is the life I want to choose, then I need to learn to be alone. And y'all don't understand how hard I fought for my children. I messed up several times in both of my children's life, but I never gave up. I never gave up on them. And my mom wasn't the best mom ever, and I love my mom to death. And my mom's hurt me a lot in my life. But I'm going to tell you, I've been mourning for her still to this day for 14 months straight. I feel like I'm going to die without my mom. I don't even want to live without my mom anymore. My life has changed without my mom. I need my mom. You know what I'm saying? And they don't care. And I really think it's because of these phone devices. Like, they are controlling and manipulating, our children. They're raising them, putting all kind of, it's terrible. This phone device is leading our children away from the Creator. And I hate that. I mean, if I had to do it all over again, there's a lot of things I would definitely do different. But anyways, I love my children. They know how much I love them. And I'm not budging. This is my life. You can't, you're not going to be able to tell me what I can and can't talk about. I mean, I know better to stay around them or anybody they know, but so you don't have to warn me of that. And I was like, well, how is anybody going to know that I'm different unless they look at my clothes? Do you want me to not wear these clothes so I don't look different to somebody and them ask why? This is how my children have done me. My youngest, who I love so much, and it's killing me to not see him. Devastating me. And he knows it. And I ain't seen him in 7 months. I seen his brother a couple times and talked to him a couple times. But everything has changed. And then let me tell you something else that hurt me. Boy, I'm telling you, I got to get up out of here. Because what my life was is just not what it is. I've not only lost my children, I've lost my niece and nephews. When I started coming to this truth, everything changed. My whole family fell apart. And what did JC said he'd do? He did. He didn't come to bring peace, but a sword to turn everybody against their family members against one another. They have thrown me out for his namesake, just like Isaiah 66 and Miykah 7 says. You know, if you're trembling at his word, and Isaiah 66, you know, he says he's close to those who, oh gosh, I'm saying all kinds of stuff. Close to the brokenhearted, you know what I'm saying? And the contrite heart, and those that tremble at his word. Why he's saying that? Why he's saying those that tremble at his, you should be trembling in his word, because he just sit there and said, Isaiah 66, heaven is his throne and earth is his footstool. Where's the house that you built for me, this second temple? I've made everything. Where's something that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? He took his house away. And then he goes into saying, those who offer a sacrifice, it's like killing a man or a dog or a pig and all this stuff. You know what he's talking about? You know what he's actually talking about there? I never realized it until here recently, because he's just overwhelmingly just showing me everything, things I thought I already knew, and then come to find out I didn't. He's not going to accept in this day those who believe in this second temple myth. He's not going to accept their offerings. It's going to be like, if you sacrifice a lamb, it's like you killed a human being. He is not going to be pleased in your offerings. And I really want to get to this whole abomination of desolation stuff. I really want to. See, I'm wanting to get down. I already know true end time prophecy down to the detail. But and I see how these false books portray stuff is like true and then false. You know what I'm saying? It's very manipulated. So I'm trying to get down to, oh yeah, I think I remembered something that I forgot earlier. And I said I was going to get back to the dang video. And it was about something I read. Was it in Kings? Where they sacrificed a pig on the altar. Oh man, I know y'all always got to bring it back to me, because that might have something pertaining to something I need to know right now. Because it's something about a scapegoat. See, I think. And see, Job 20 talks about how they're about to fill their bellies full. They're thinking they're with JC and they're going to come up empty. That's what it says. A man's going to dream of being hungry, and he's going to wake up and he's still hungry, man. And you're going to starve, and you're going to die. Y'all going to eat one another. Y'all going to die of water and thirst. Gog and Magog is going to get your ass. And yeah, all y'all adulteress of Yasharal, who I'm talking about. Y'all don't realize. Y'all think the anger is on the nations. No. Yahweh is going to give the nations a chance to serve him. Y'all don't need to be concerned about the nations. He's calling the strangers. Y'all don't need to be worried about them. He's going to give the nations a chance to serve him too. Y'all don't need to be worried about that. Y'all need to be worried about what's at your own doorstep in the wilderness, bro. Because what y'all think is going down in the wilderness is not going down like you think. And that's why he says y'all are going to be shocked with fear. The hypocrites are going to be, yo, man, y'all are in trouble. So, a call to repentance. So, I am Yahweh and I do not change. Okay, so hold on. Let me see. At that time, I will put on. Okay, he talks about. So, he's telling you, here again, here's your crimes. All this stuff that you're doing. So, foreigners living among you, justice for those people do not fear me. Right? A call to repentance. I am Yahweh. I do not change. This is why you descendants of Jacob's are not already destroyed. See, he doesn't change. But y'all think he changed to JC. Ever since the days of your ancestors, you have scorned my decrees and failed to obey them. Now return to me, and I will return to you, says Yahweh. But you ask, how can we return when you have never gone away? Really? He did go away. He hid himself. Should people cheat G-O-D? Yet you have cheated me. But you ask, what do you mean? When do we ever cheat you? This is what y'all are thinking. Y'all thinking y'all ain't cheated him. You have cheated me of the tithes and offerings due to me. You are under a curse, for your whole nation has been cheating me. Oh, my Yahweh, dang. See, I read this the other day, but I didn't quite pick it up like that. Do y'all hear this? Wow. The pastors are out here getting tithes and offerings. Y'all are on here on social media. Everybody in his own corner, his own quarters, for his own gain, in the imagination of his own heart, bro. Y'all throwing up your cash apps, give me money, blah, 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 blah. Y'all are freaking hypnotizing your freaking viewers, playing this music, getting them in a trance. Bro, y'all are soothsayers, bro. Y'all are lies. Y'all are sorcerers. Y'all are freaking diviners. Y'all call upon the dead. Y'all are everything, bro. Y'all gonna be destroyed. Y'all think the nation's gonna be destroyed when y'all's self, wicked, idolatrous self, is going to be put to death. The anger of Yahweh is coming to y'all first. And then those nations that reject to serve Yahweh, when the time comes after Gog and Magog is destroyed, he's going to destroy them. He don't want to destroy nobody. But he doesn't want to destroy nobody. He doesn't want to destroy Yasharal, but they're choosing death. He said, choose life and you can live, or choose death and you're going to die. They choose death. They want to die. They choose death. They want to die. JC says they have to die. They want to die. So, let me finish this up. Bring the tithes into the storehouse. Okay, so hold on. You have cheated me in the tithes and offerings due to me. You are under a curse. Right, you're under a curse. There is no storehouse. There is no offerings. There is no tithes. There is no sacrifices. There is no burning incense. There is no nothing. You are under a curse, for your whole nation has been cheating me. Bring all the tithes into the storehouses so there will be enough food in my temple. Right, so he told you the truth, but verse 10... That's that delusion. Bring all the tithes in to the storehouses, so there will be enough food in my temple. If you do, says the Lord, I will open the windows of heaven for you. Y'all going to be looking up thinking the windows of heaven is coming for you. Yeah, because they're going to destroy you. I will pour out a blessing, which means a blood slaughtering sacrifice, so great you won't have enough room to take it in. Try it. Put me to the test. Your crops will be abundant, for I will guard them from insects and disease. Your grapes will not fall from the vine before they are ripe, says the Lord. Then all the nations will call you blessed, for your land will be such a delight, says the Lord. You have said terrible things about me, says the Lord. But you say, what do you mean? You have said against you. You have said, what's the use of serving? Yahweh, what have we gained by obeying his commands, or by trying to show Yahweh that we are sorry for our sins? See, y'all ain't sitting here broken. Again, Isaiah 66. You're supposed to be trembling, broken, and a contrite heart. You can't be that if you're not sorry for your sins. If your anger is against these nations, you're not sorry for your sins. You think your sins have already been forgiven. So you're back to your wicked old self again. Hating these nations. Y'all's JC didn't. Y'all's got. Y'all ain't. I ain't even gonna say the rest. So let's go on. I'm trying to get this finished. Bonus to suffer no harm. Hold on. From now on, we will call the arrogant blessed. For those who do evil get rich, and those who dare Yahweh to punish them suffer no harm. Woo! Thank you, Yahweh. See, I forgot this too. Did y'all hear that? This is what's being done to me, y'all. They are praying to Yahweh to have me put to death. And Mr. Real Talk, I mean, he's the main one. And I mean, I ain't even throw anybody else out there because he's the one that's mainly top notch. He's the one, bro. I think he everything he teaches is outside of Torah. Like he's against the animal sacrifices. I mean, he don't even teach the Torah. He just, I mean, he teaches the wisdom books. And I truly think that he is Esau. I swear I do. I really do. And he calls all them his beloved and all that. Everything he's saying, it's all soothsaying teaching. Like, bro, I think he's either Esau and he's in these occult. He's in the Freemason. He's in one of these camps. He's preaching peace and prosperity. He's doing all this stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing, man. He's all against it, bro. He's totally. But look, what does it say? What does it say, Mr. Will Talk? Man, I'm about to tag him in this one. Just to let him know that, yeah, I'm still talking about you because this right here makes me think of you, buddy. Saying that you're going to have Yahweh snuff me out for speaking his truth. And then I'm evil, wicked demon. From now on, we will call the arrogant Barak. You think I'm arrogant because I know Yahweh's word. For those who do evil, get rich. You say I do evil. You say I'm speaking lies in his name, and I'm wicked devil. And Yahweh's going to snuff me out. That you're going to pray for it. You be praying for a lot of people to be snuffed out. Don't be surprised when you get snuffed out yourself. So, for those who do evil, get rich. And those who dare Yahweh to punish them. For those who dare, you're daring Yahweh to punish them, suffer no harm. There's not no harm going to come to me. Yahweh's not going to put me to death for speaking his word. He knows how careful I am to not speak a lie, one lie in his word. And he knows how careless and reckless you move in Isaiah 8:20. So I think, you think you're going to have a table prepared for you in the face of your enemies. But I actually think that you're going to actually get to see mine. That's if he chooses me, because I'm not going to claim like he is. He could easily take me out anytime or take me backwards if I don't remain humble and not prideful and still feel like a piece of crap and broken down, like I don't even deserve nothing from him. Okay, Yahweh's promise of mercy. Then those who feared Yahweh spoke with each other, and Yahweh listened to what they said. In his presence, a scroll of remembrance was written to record the names of those who feared him and always thought about the honor of his name. They will be my people, says Yahweh. On that day, when I act in judgment, they will be my own special treasure. I will spare them as a father spares an obedient child. Dang, that's all we got to do, man. What he means about no sacrifices is sacrifices to these other gods. You know what I'm saying? His people started worshiping other gods. They was offering this damn Tammuz. This conspiracy was already happening against Yahweh. Back in the land, I will spare them as a father spares an obedient child. Then you will again see the difference between the righteous and the wicked, between those who serve Yahweh and those who do not. Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that? We're going to see. We're going to see. And I know this is what a lot of y'all think. Y'all, when y'all look at me and see me, y'all think, we're going to see. I had somebody jump me so bad the other day, I had to block him. He was trying to hit on me at first. Acting like he was cool with whites. And I stay on high guards when I talk to Yasharal. And he noticed that. And I'm like, bro, I'm sorry. This is just how I walk, bro. I know how it turns. He was interested that I knew scripture. He was trying to see the same thing as I could. He couldn't see it. And oh yeah. It was on like Donkey Kong there, okay. I've been through this, bro. I told him, I said, please stop, because you're just hurting yourself, dude. There ain't nothing you could say that I ain't ever heard already, bro. They all do the same shit. They all do the same thing. But anyways,